basing off of the last 6 months, it has not gone to plan.
There's no way I'm walking out of this studio with Mazraoui as a Wara signing. Julian Alvarez.
Guys, I have We Not Here, bro.
Why?
I have Miguel.
You have Miguel?
I have
No
Miguel.
way.
I
love that.
Giving
It's
like
so
if
bad.
Adam Johnson was
Like nobody really cared about the Diddy stuff.
Lads, can we talk about
until
the
we saw
football,
video.
please? We gathered the 25 biggest transfers of the summer, and we will put them in a tier list with one GOAT category.
Mhm.
So there'll be one player in the GOAT category, the best transfer this summer. And then we'll have to separate the other players in 4 different categories of 6. So we have the GOAT category, which is going to be 1 player. Wara signing, 6 players. Good transfer, 6 players. We Not Here, 6 players. And disaster class, 6 players.
Yeah. So it's not your typical tier list of just putting every player in whatever spot you think it is. There's some tough calls here because, like, bro, there's some in my disaster class that I'm like, damn, that's harsh.
So yeah,
There's some in my Wara signing. I'm like, am I being a little bit too nice?
Yeah, I agree.
But
I
that's the
agree.
nature of the game.
So we all made our tier lists separately. And the one that's going to be shown here is the aggregate tier list. So like,
yes.
the
So we
6-yard
gotta
box.
we gotta come to an agreement.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if there's 2 people that want Wara signing and 1 good transfer, is obviously going to
Yeah.
go to Wara signing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Perfect.
So let's go player by player.
The first player up is Aaron Ramsdale.
Okay. Blake, I wanna hear this from you first. As the Arsenal fan and the Aaron Ramsdale apologist, where do you have him?
Disaster class.
Disaster class?
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Really?
Oh wow.
I looked at everyone else. I don't think he was that bad of a signing. I think it was a fine signing. But at the end of the day, Southampton are still going to go down. So it wasn't really the goal of the signing was for Aaron Ramsdale as a player. I'm going to look at it on both sides. Aaron Ramsdale as a player wanted to help keep them up, and he's not going to keep them up. And then also, look at the rest of the signings. I would have put him in like We Not Here because he's been hurt. He's made mistakes this season so far. But he's still a good keeper. But I just think at the end of the day, it's just a very mid signing.
wow.
I put him in We Not Here. I don't think it was a good signing for Southampton. I think it was a good signing for Ramsdale, which is why I put him in We Not Here, because for his confidence, I think it was good to go to a club like Southampton, even though it's not going the best. I feel like that was expected.
What did it for me is I see 6 months later, I see West Ham are in for him. I see Newcastle's in for him. And that is due to him having some good performances.
Yeah.
Like, however which way you
He's
want to
had
cut.
some decent
He's had some good
performances.
performance. He's had some Ramsdale moments.
Yeah.
He's had some shitters. But I think he's had more good performances than bad, especially for a Southampton keeper. I think he's actually performed beyond expectations. His
Absolutely.
transfer value has gone up by the metrics that I see here.
Fair.
And for that reason, you could definitely argue with me on this, but I put him in a good transfer.
Being
All right.
that's crazy. Being in
All right.
Southampton automatically puts you as a keeper, if you make your saves, in the upper percentile of saves made in a
Yeah.
game, because Southampton concede crazy amount of shots every single game. So for him, great transfer, because he'll get to prove his shot stopping abilities. And like you said, West Ham are in for him. I don't know who else you said, but
Newcastle as well.
Newcastle are in for him.
Yeah.
So multiple top tier clubs are in for him.
So it's we could put it in.
The aggregate here
I
is
think it's
We
we
Not
not
Here.
here.
I honestly wanted to do, but again, I wanted to be as, I don't know. I wanted to. Some of these players, I like. The French league player that I have maybe above him.
Talk to me nice.
I don't know.
Talk to me nice.
Should we
Blake.
go to Desiree Dewey? Should we do that? Can I do that?
If you want, we can go to Desiree Doué, sure.
Okay, let's
Because I had Desiree Dewey in We Not Here. Because I don't think he's been a good signing. You haven't talked about it much, and from what I've seen on Twitter and when I've watched very little games, but you know the advanced stats, which I'm gonna bring up a lot today. They haven't loved this guy, and you haven't loved this guy, and I don't know where you have him, but that's a player where I just didn't want to look like a homer by putting Ramsdale above him.
I don't want to say I don't love this guy, because it's not true. However, We Not Here is fair for him.
Yes, I put him there too.
It's totally fair for him, because he was expected to come in the squad and be that backup for Barcola, be that backup for Dembele. He's a very versatile player. He can play on the left wing and on the right wing. As I said, he can also play in the midfield.
Okay.
And he's came in the squad and hasn't delivered in any of the positions that he's played in.
Right.
He's had 2 good games. It was pretty recently. He's had 2 good games in December where he scored 2 goals back to back, which is, it's okay. It's not what we want as a player. The fact that we're now looking at Kvaratskhelia as a Barcola alternative
Right.
Yeah.
speaks volumes because we were looking at Desiré Doué to be that guy for the Barcola replacement.
Yeah.
That tells me that he's not doing a very good job, and with my eyes, I can see that he's not doing a very
There's
good
also
job.
50 million pounds.
Yeah.
50 million
million
pounds is a
euros.
lot.
Euros, sorry.
He was one of the biggest French prospects in Ligue 1, however, so I get that price would be justified for any other club. But with the performances that he's putting up, I totally agree. We not here. I like his dribbling. I like what he can offer. He reminds me of Neymar a little bit sometimes when he's on the ball, but ultimately it's not enough. Desiré Doué
5
is gonna
starts
have
in
to go.
Liga. Like, it's just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree. He's also in We Not Here.
Desiré Doué and we not here.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Okay.
Next is Scott McTominay, lads,
Oh,
to Napoli.
can we all say it on 3?
Let me just say,
What a
signing.
What'd you say?
What
What
a
a
signing.
fucking
Oh, okay. Go! No, I'm kidding. I mean,
Seriously.
low key, if he kept his form up, if he kept his goal tally form up from the start of the season, it could have been the GO conversation for sure. But his tally and his like actual goal output and involvement has gone down, but his performances and his effect on the game and Napoli being first place in Serie A, that hasn't dropped.
Totally.
Absolutely.
You're playing for the first place team in one of the most competitive leagues in Europe, if not the tightest league in the world in Europe.
You're in a new country. You don't speak the language.
You don't speak the language.
Coming from a toxic ass environment.
Yep.
The coach doesn't really speak the language. I mean, he's had a stint in England, but he's a native Italian. You don't know how to communicate with your teammates, but you're still putting in these performances week in, week out. Above par performances. Apologies.
That one.
So that I don't see any other placement for Scott McTominay than War signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's relieved that midfield
Yeah.
so much.
Just his like goal scoring statistics among like midfielders in the Serie A is like crazy. Like
No.
it's wild.
95th percentile? Who are we talking? Yeah.
98th percentile.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna use this narrative the whole time. Why not, bro? I'm just
Shout
gonna
out
do it.
Scott, man. I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for the
Totally.
guy.
He's a fun player.
Yeah.
No controversy so far in this tier list.
Not really, no.
Next up, Dom Solanke, lads, to Tottenham.
Ooh, and this was for, let's remind the viewers of the price on this
60?
one, because that's a big factor.
60 mil? I think it
I
was.
think 60 million pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, lads?
Yeah, 64 million.
I'm
euros.
personally, I'm not here.
I am also
I will not be attending.
I'm not here.
I will not be attending.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not attending either.
No.
All right.
Okay, so this is
Perfect.
crazy. We're kind of the only thing was the Ramsdale one, and I would have put Ramsdale We Not Here if I could, but I still want to be a homer.
Mhm.
I tried to take bias out of it.
Yeah. Fair.
I understand that he's scoring goals for Tottenham, but any other striker would be doing the same thing.
Richarlison could have probably been doing
Richarlison had a great stint last season, and everybody was copying him on FPL.
Yeah.
I remember that. I think I even had him in my team,
There you go.
which says a lot because Richarlison's a bum. Anyways, the numbers that he's produced last season compared to this season for a worse team,
I know.
night and day.
And there's no different league excuse. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And there's no
In a more attacking system as well.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yeah, you would think.
you should be getting your
Yeah.
chances at
Okay.
Tottenham.
100%.
So yeah, I'm glad we agree on that one.
Oh my god, guys, why are we agreeing on everything?
We Not Here is
I
already
know.
half full.
That is not normal. All right, next up is Emil Smith Rowe to Fulham.
I put him in good transfer. I think when you consider kind of the thought that we had around Emil Smith Rowe this time last year, he was completely out of the Arsenal squad. He gets a new start at Fulham. 30 million euros, but I think the main argument here is the season that Fulham is having and how big of a part Emil Smith Rowe is. I think he's dealt with injuries a little bit, but even like when he has been in the team, he's been dishing out assists like dinner. He looks fantastic out there. And Fulham having like one of their best Premier League seasons ever.
Mhm.
So
Straight up.
30 million fee? I agree.
I agree too. Good transfer. I
Yeah.
don't think it's an outrageous price tag. And
Nope.
for a player that was firing off all cylinders at Arsenal and is proven in the Premier League, it's totally justifiable to put him in good transfer.
Could have used him right now.
Could be an
Exactly.
argument.
Yeah.
that narrative as well, like we need Emil Smith Rowe right now from a title challenger.
Not need, but could have used him. We just need anyone. We need anyone. Anyway. Yeah.
So
for
Smith Rowe going in good transfer then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lads, next up we have João Felix.
Oof.
Ooh. I have been good transfer.
This is
Whoa.
my first disaster class.
What?
And I have him in We Not Here.
Interesting.
And you know how much I love Jean Felix.
So I just think what he adds is so different to the rest of it's a different style than to the rest of the attack. And I think his flair or whatever you want to call it, I think is kind of attractive. And he's scoring goals, not in the Prem, but he's not scoring. And Chelsea are doing well.
I don't think paying 50 million for a Conference League player is justifiable whatsoever.
That's
He
what I'm
plays
saying,
minimal
dude.
minutes in the Premier League, and in the Conference League where he should be scoring goals because he's miles above everyone else, he's doing the bare minimum. He's doing his job. I'm sorry, but Chelsea's business this season, and I mean in the previous seasons, hasn't been great. Joao Felix is a prime example of that.
Bro, you know what? I thought when I was putting him in this tier list that he was alone with an option to buy. I completely forgot that Chelsea outright bought him.
Yeah.
For 50 million euros.
I
is
kind of forgot
crazy.
that. You know what? I kind of forgot about that.
Now considering I put him in We Not Here originally,
Do
I'm
you
considering
downgrade?
disaster
You
class.
want to
now.
downgrade?
In the Premier League, he has 1 goal, 1 assist, only 5 starts. Like
I just think
That's
for 50 mil.
50 million, one
yeah,
start.
you can put a disaster class. I just like the.
I mean, it's up to you because you're the one outbalancing it right now.
Go ahead.
We have 3 We Not Here
Is
so
there
far.
a player I'll put in
Listen.
We Not
We
Here
have 3
instead?
We Not Here so far already. If we have Felix in there, we'll have 4. That puts 2 more spaces for We Not Here.
Yeah. Okay.
So disaster class, right?
Disaster class. Put him
Sure,
in disaster
let's
class.
put him in
Crazy.
disaster class.
Yeah, and I got a player that I'll move up to We Not Here.
You know what? I can swap. I can swap like Joao Felix and Ramsdale. That's fine. That makes sense to me.
So the first disaster class is Joao Felix.
And it's really tough with the Chelsea wingers because there's a lot of them in this tier list.
Right.
But there's crazy competition
Right.
out there.
Well, that's what I like about him. He's like different than the other wingers. He's not
Yeah.
just head down. He kind of.
They spent 150 million on wingers.
Yeah, that's fair. I wish we did. Fuck.
The
Yeah.
next player on this list is Teun Koopmeiners to Juventus from
To be
Atalanta.
honest, I do.
So straight up admitting, we're not the biggest Juventus watchers.
Yeah.
Totally.
However, us being us,
Yeah.
being a competent podcast producers, we did our research
Mm-hmm.
and we looked into the depths of JuveFan.com,
Juventus
Juventus Twitter,
Totally.
advanced stats, baby.
all the news outlets and advanced stats on FotMob, all of that stuff. And Koopmeiners and Douglas Luiz, Koopmeiners in particular, is having a really rough season at Juventus,
Yeah.
and he's kind of been a symptom of just kind of like the flat season that Juve are having,
Yeah.
like in
Very
general.
stale season
But
that Juve are having.
Just in general, Koopmeiners, when you consider the price as well, which is 52 million euros,
Coming off a great season.
Totally.
coming
I was
off
going to say,
a great
last
stint at
season,
Atalanta, like
one of the
generally
most productive midfielders in Serie A.
Yeah.
widely regarded as the best midfielder in Serie A.
Yeah.
The only excuse I can make for him is that Thiago Motta is not playing him in his position. I see him starting as a 10, which is
An attacking mid. Yeah.
he's more of a double. He'd probably be better in a double
Pivot.
pivot.
Pivot. Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know if I'm gonna put the blame on Thiago Motta because, I mean, at the end of the day,
Give
you're
the
in-
man time. Give
yeah,
him time.
give him time. But
Yeah.
Koopmeiners needs to step up totally. He's wasteful in front of the net. He's tall too, so on corners he's supposed to be getting some headers in over the bar. When he shoots, it's over the ball. He can't make it's over the bar. He can't make simple passes. He's been lacking the final pass. Yeah, the performances just don't justify the price tag whatsoever.
So I have him in disaster class.
Disaster class as well for me.
Ooh.
Where do you have him?
I had him in We Not Here.
We not here?
But you can do disaster class. That's fine.
Sounds good here.
All right.
Next player up on the list is Pedro Neto, another Chelsea winger.
There you go. For me, in my original list, I had him right next to João Felix and We Not Here. And I think I'll keep him there.
See,
He kind of is the same issue as João Felix, but they paid even more for him.
I don't. Yeah.
But he's had some good moments, like the equalizer against Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I had him in good transfer.
Wow.
Because once again, I like the player. And if we're just talking about output for wingers, that's not only the thing that matters. And I think he actually does control play pretty well. And his counter ability is very, very good. What do you have?
I have him in We Not Here. Again, it's a price tag thing. It's a lack of game time thing
Yeah.
and lack of production thing. If you're gonna be coming into Chelsea for that price tag and produce as minimal as he's producing, he had one good game against United, and I never heard
So
of him.
what I'm
since
going
this
to
season.
propose then is let's do Sancho as well, because
You want to rank him?
Sancho was in We Not Here. Sancho was in We Not Here for me.
For me,
for a
Sancho,
little bit, yeah. But
is
I have him in
good
good transfer.
That's what I mean. So if we want to swap those
Let's do that.
on the thing, that because Sancho's on.
What do you mean swap those?
On my list,
Oh, okay.
the output has been more there for Sancho, but I think Pedro Neto in the long term.
Sancho has cemented his place in the lineup,
Yeah,
and that's more that you could say for Felix and for Neto,
yeah.
right? And you know I'm not biased because I fucking hate Jadon Sancho, and I love my Portuguese boys. So Jadon Sancho with a loan with obligation to buy, but for only 25 million pounds, like that is a bargain in today's market.
Yeah.
And Chelsea have got a good little player for
And
now.
he's producing decent numbers too. It's not like
Producing
he's,
decent, like even moments, like the last Premier League game, like how he like skinned that defender and got the assist. Like
it's those
Yeah.
it's those moments like you said that can flip a game on its head.
yes,
He's that type of winger, the dangerous wingers that take your man on and,
Yeah.
and look down and create chances. That's what Sancho does very well. And
I still
he's
think Pedro
continuing.
Neto has that ability too.
I
but-
think he has bigger upside.
Yeah,
I think his ceiling's higher.
but that's not what we're rating it on. Right?
But it's the last 6 months, and
Yeah.
the last 6 months, Jadon Sancho has done
Fair.
much more.
I get
than
it.
the other
Totally.
two.
I get it.
And to only get Jadon Sancho after a great Champions League campaign for Dortmund for 30 million pounds.
Yeah.
I was on this pod saying that his performances were bumping his price up 20, 30 million.
Yeah.
And they got him for 30. So
Yep.
it's very good for good business for Chelsea.
Who's
forwards.
next, Anto?
The next signing is Endrick to Real Madrid.
Oh, here we go. What do you have?
Lads, I personally will not be attending this one. I'm not here.
I'm even lower than that.
Okay.
I was even lower too.
Wow.
But since I moved, who did I move down? I moved Solanke down, right? Who
You moved
No.
down
Coop,
there?
or Felix down.
Felix is in disaster class. So then I was like, okay, I'll move Endrick up too.
If you can make me a good
Right.
argument as to why Endrick should be in disaster class, I mean, I don't mind hearing it out because here we have four we not here's and 2 disaster classes.
Well, even though it was a long time ago, you have to consider price.
totally.
It was
And-
what was it? No.
No, it's like 60 million
Okay.
euros on like a 16-year-old.
Yeah, 60 million euros for just
And the
potential is
amount of
crazy.
hype has been so much, and like at a point you need to have like, I know he's super young and he has like crazy potential, and at only 18 years old, like we are not here to doubt that whatsoever, but we are judging off of the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And over the last 6 months in La Liga, he has not had one single start, and he's only played 90 minutes and he's got a goal, which is good stats per 90, but
But it's like,
I know it's a tough squad to break into,
but then loan him.
but
Loan him.
I
Don't
know.
like you spent money on him, then you bought the best striker in the fucking world, and then you're gonna have this this masterful young talent, supposedly the next R9 or whatever, just rotting on your bench. So that's why it's disaster class, because the way they're handling it is just disgraceful. And Real Madrid have done that. They did that with Odegaard. They're doing it with Endrick. They've done it with oh my god, who am I thinking of?
Arda Güler.
Arda Güler, who's starting more now,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
playing more now. But still, it's not unknown for them to do something like this. So I just think it's an
But this is like the thing with Endrick is we are not doubting for a second that he's going to be part of Real Madrid's future.
Mhm.
I do think there's a good player there. He's had good performances this season.
yeah.
But like when you take the age and the context out of it, we are just judging the first few months of the season. And over the
It's-
first few months of the
yeah.
season, he has been a 60 million euro signing
That,
that
has done nothing.
is
Yeah.
like stuck to the
Running
bench.
on the bench. What's the point? There's no point.
So obviously potential is still there,
yeah.
of course.
Mhm.
And maybe we're being a little bit too harsh. But just because of the nature of this tier list, somebody has to go
Yeah.
in there.
I agree.
So
Disaster. class.
Endrick,
Disaster class it is.
Yeah.
Matisse Delict next. I know Julian's a big fan of this guy.
I got Matthias de Ligt in good transfer.
I was gonna say.
And
Yeah,
so do
yeah,
I.
He's not
And
worth
so do I.
I
signing.
love that, Julian.
Um,
Putting the bias aside,
Yeah.
great.
we did like we paid a decent sum for him. Not like anything crazy, but we paid a decent sum for him and Mazraoui together. And I saw, like, I thought in his first or second game he had like a little bit of a shaky performance, and I saw the media just jump on him, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same thing that I've seen so many times with new big high profile United signings. But since then he has sneakily become like one of our most important players. And in a back three system under Amorim, he is so crucial to our future success. And he's not even like, he's so experienced and he could be such a leader for this team. And he is still so young. And for the future of United and our leadership, I'm so excited about De Ligt.
Well said.
I love that. I don't think I can
I
add
wasn't gonna be
anything else.
delusional and like, put him up in war signing,
Yeah.
but
Fair.
I've been loving him so far.
Perfect. That makes things easier.
There you go.
Next up is Savinho
Savinho.
from Girona to Manchester City.
This might be controversial, but I also have been good transfer.
What?
What the fuck?
I over the past couple of weeks he's been playing better, and I think there's still potential there for him at Man City.
So I wanted to put him Wiener here, but I couldn't. I couldn't find space for him. So on my original list, he's in disaster.
He's in
class.
disaster class for me as well. I don't think that's ridiculous at all.
It's not ridiculous to say that. It's not ridiculous to say.
No, seriously, it's not.
Look, and the eye test on this guy, he passes the eye test.
Sure.
In my opinion,
Sure.
he passes the eye test.
There is a lack of final product in this player that kills me because he is so good on the dribble,
Yeah.
but he just cannot find a finishing touch.
But he
Which is
has been
Doku,
finding,
which is
like,
like Grealish. Like
he's been
like-
finding finishing touches as
in the
like,
last two
assists,
games,
but
sure.
yes.
In the last two games,
against
sure.
Salford.
But we're judging off of 6
No,
months.
not against Salford, against West Ham. Like his assist for Holland,
Okay.
like that was beautiful.
We're
Okay.
judging Julian based off of the last 6 months. When I see a player that was firing off all cylinders last season
Yeah.
in a 4th place Girona team that made
That's
Champions League, and I see him now pulling out this shit,
Yeah.
I cannot put him anywhere above disaster class.
How much did they sign him for?
I think they might have got
let
him
me look. Oh, I can't
40?
see
on free.
If
'cause it
it's
was-
free, lads,
No.
it's not free. I think it's like 30 or 40.
I got it.
It was 40 M's.
40. I was right, bro.
40 million
Yeah.
pounds or euros?
30 million pounds, 40 million euros.
Oh, 30 million pounds.
Lad.
Lads, that's peanuts.
For them though.
for
not
them, it's
everyone.
peanuts. But you're starting at City in a team that wants to.
You can't put
to
him anywhere above we not here though. In my opinion.
He's been
For the last 2 weeks.
City's best winger, bro. Even better than Foden.
Yeah, and look at their position. That tells you all you need to know. He's been City's best winger in City's worst season in the last 9 years.
I thought he's been
You
like
talked
one of their.
yourself in a circle
I
there.
genuinely think he's been one of City's like only bright sparks this whole season.
We can put him on here. I'm fine with that.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
fine.
think the aggregate is
Fine,
says
fine,
we're
fine,
not
fine.
here. That's crazy. Good transfer.
Yeah,
Man.
that's a little crazy.
Considering price and considering
That they're in 4th place.
I watch more of him, maybe that's why I'm more
Fair,
like.
fair.
Thing, but
Blake is gonna love this next one. It's Raheem Sterling.
Disaster class.
Disaster class.
Because it's actually terrible because we're paying his wages for him to sit and do nothing. And when he does come on,
Oh.
I was telling you guys this earlier. He literally, he's like the one player who I guess Arteta's system isn't instilled in yet. So he'll just like run at people and he'll lose the ball every time. He'll never get past them. And then Arsenal fans are like, oh, look at what Sterling offers. It's so different. At least he'll go in and take on a player. And it's like Sterling lost the ball like 7 times in the last 10 minutes. But, he's not passing backwards. So I guess it's a win.
Couldn't have said it better myself,
There
Blake.
you go.
Mazraoui next.
it's worth signing.
Yeah.
It's worth signing.
I have him more.
Okay. I have him in good transfer.
But we haven't had. No,
no, that is.
he's been
that's
like
too low.
besides that little dip. He had a little dip a month ago or 3 weeks ago. He had a little dip in form.
Yeah, he had a little.
Yeah, but he's been pretty solid. Pretty solid.
So for me, this debate between War, because I considered War signing for Mazraoui. The debate was between Scott McTominay and Mazraoui. That was the last one I needed to make a
Both of
choice.
them there, but fair.
Damn. All right.
I'm looking at this. Scott McTominay is playing for the best team in Italy right now,
Mhm.
and he's being very productive in the best team in Italy, first place in Serie A. Mazraoui is being one of the most productive players in a United team that is 14th.
Fair.
You have to look at the context.
That's fair.
That's why I put him in good transfer. But since
Some more context. You gotta look at the price too.
fair enough,
We got him for less than we sold Wan-Bissaka for.
Wow.
Crazy.
so that means Mazraoui is our second addition to the Wara signing.
Interesting. No goat shouts yet. eh?
No goat shouts yet.
Nope.
There might be after this one. Mikel Merino.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's disaster class, lad.
Like
It's
Is it?
disaster class.
I have been.
It
disa-
is.
I,
It
he
is.
was one of the
It
ones
is.
who I was gonna put We Not Here. But at the end of the day, what we thought he was gonna bring, he's not a bad footballer, but he doesn't bring anything special. And when we brought him in, he was supposed to bring something special, but he's just not that special because Rice, Odegaard, Party, all clear, and he was brought in to be better than one of those three, or at least be an option, a viable option, and he hasn't.
All I'm saying, if he doesn't score that goal in the Euros against Germany, no one's picking him up.
Maybe.
I think he was an overrated.
He's not a bad player.
No,
though.
he's not a bad player at all. He's
But-
not Arsenal level. He's not Premier League contending level.
Well,
Yeah.
I had him in.
he can play in the Pred lads. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
he
but not
can.
contending.
Premier League
Yeah, sure.
contending.
Yes.
I had him in We Not Here, but hey, be my
Yeah,
guest if you want
he's
to put him in disaster
Like
class.
price too is like
how many
40
disaster classes
million.
do we have left?
So we have one disaster class left
Okay.
and one We Not Here left.
Okay.
We're gonna have to stuff some
Oh,
of
it's
these guys
getting
in
tight.
good
I
man.
think
It's
we're-
getting tight. Oh my god, we're gonna have to stuff.
How many
some-
players do we have left?
A couple.
Okay.
A couple.
Okay, so these gotta be good names.
Yeah,
you're throwing at me
I
here.
feel like
The rest
the
are-
randomizer really left the good players to the
Yeah,
end.
that's fair.
Next up, Julian Alvarez.
Oh, well, that one's not good either.
Is it though?
I
think
have him in a solid good
I have
transfer.
him at a very high good transfer.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a We Not Here, bro.
Why,
here, lad?
dude?
Look. Let me.
Look at Atleti's form.
Let me-
Who scored the winner yesterday?
Okay,
Who
fair.
scored the winner yesterday?
Fair. Who's the one carrying the front line though? It's not Julian Alvarez. It's your boy.
It's Griezmann.
It's Griezmann.
He's not. Yeah, I mean, he's always been the most
The
creative
expectation
player.
on Alvarez was never to be better than Griezmann.
He's not
How
good.
much they pay
Not
for
this
him?
season. It was 80 million euro or 70 million euro.
Guys,
I think it might have been 60.
that-
Hold on.
Is 6 goals in the league worth 70 million euros?
Is 4 goals in the Champions League worth
Fair, but as
eight goal contributions in La Liga where you're first? 4 goal contributions in the Champions League where you're gonna finish in the top 24 and probably qualify for the round of 16. To me, Atletico needed a striker.
yeah.
They splashed, and I think they hit. I think
Look,
Yeah.
in 19 matches in La Liga, 6 goals. As a striker, that's one of the positions where
But
you
he's not
need
just
help.
a striker.
Yeah, but also-
bro.
it's also
but
the
then,
overall-
He's an
okay,
attacking
Havertz isn't just
midfielder,
a striker. And he's getting shit on because
Yeah, but
he's
he's
not
just
scoring right now. And Alvarez got off
But
to a
he's
slow-
not playing
but
well
Alvarez
in
got-
general,
but
dude. And
Alvar-
Arsenal are losing.
Listen to me. Alvarez got off to a
Oh
slow
my
start
God.
as well. You guys are just forgetting that.
He
Alvarez got off
did.
to a
He
really
did.
slow start.
He did. He
And
did.
now he's only had 6 goals in 19 matches. I don't think that's worth a good transfer for 70 million.
It's a good transfer, bro.
It's a great
It's a good transfer.
All right.
it's closer to what our signing than We Not Here.
You said it
said
yourself,
it.
bro. Atleti haven't lost in the league since
And they're winning by,
October.
committee. 100%. And he's a part of that, but they're winning by committee.
He's a massive. He scored the winner yesterday.
Yeah, and we're talking about 6 months, Julian, not one game.
I know.
That's why Savinho is disaster class.
I know, bro. But he's just like
I like Atleti too.
he's putting. I'm looking at the performances here. Like even when he's not on the score sheet, he is providing value to his team. Like he's more than just a striker.
So
which,
okay. I'm not having this debate because I can have this debate forever, because neither is Havertz, neither is Jesus.
why
So-
are you comparing them to
Because
to
you
that?
can't
It's
use
not
that-
the same
can-
situation.
Because you can't use that debate. If anything, he is the out and out striker, and Griezmann's the one that's not more of a striker.
Yeah,
Sorloth is probably that.
you have no.
striker.
No, but I mean,
You
if
don't
they
know
play
how
together,
they
but sure,
played.
sure.
Got you. Next up, Kefren Turam to Juve. I'm gonna start. What a fucking signing!
Yeah.
I did my research. I put him in War signing as well.
What a signing!
Only 20 million euros.
Only 20 million euros.
Next
A breath
Pogba,
of
they
fresh
call him,
air.
dude.
I've been seeing that.
Yeah.
Well,
A breath of fresh air in
And
this
the UA
Juve
fans
team.
love him. The UA fans love.
They
this
do
guy.
love him.
yeah,
I'm seeing shouts of reincarnated Pogba.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, such a physical player. Juve definitely needed that player that's physical, that can bring the ball up, progressive
Yeah.
passes, take the ball up the midfield and find the winger or the striker.
Yeah.
They needed that.
Guys, we're all gonna have the same GOAT player. That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think this guy will, though.
Actually,
Sorry.
you actually. Okay.
It's proactive football from Kefren Turam, and that's everything that Juve needed under this new coach.
Especially in the midfield, right? When it's been kind of,
Totally.
it's good.
Totally. So I'm happy to put Kefren Turam in War signing. Future French legend. Mason Greenwood is up next.
I put him in good. I'm kidding.
Warren
I put him in War
I
signing.
put him in War signing.
I
put him top.
great-
A
But
very high.
at the
War
same time,
signing.
let's move on. I don't really want to talk about him that much. He doesn't just. Okay.
I mean, I don't want. I can talk about his footballing abilities.
This is one of the ones where it's like, I just don't understand how he's like actually on a pitch.
No, totally. I don't understand that
Like
either.
innocent until proven guilty for sure, but it's like one of these ones where like the evidence was leaked. We all saw it.
Yeah.
Like the party stuff, no one knew. Not
it's
saying
alleged. Yeah, like you hear it, but you
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
Like that's what made the
like
Greenwood
it's giving
shit
like
so
if
bad.
Adam Johnson was
Like nobody really cared about the Diddy stuff.
Lads, can we talk about the football, please? Fuck. Holy shit! Like, I'm out here updating the transfer.
so the intro. That's so the intro.
I'm updating the. I'm updating the tier list here. I'm hearing Diddy and shit.
Diddy, Adam Johnson.
This is a great signing for Marseille
Yeah.
because they needed that player that can be clinical in front of the goal. Since Alexis Sanchez, they haven't found anyone, and now Greenwood's probably going to finish top goal scorer of Ligue 1.
He could use Alexis Sanchez right now.
He's probably going to finish top goal scorer of Ligue 1. Marseille
There you
are
go.
probably going to finish second. They're going to make Champions League. So all around, it's a great signing. It's
Yep.
a Wara signing.
All right, fair. All right, fair play?
Next
Who's
up,
next?
João Neves.
It's War signing.
Are we pushing GOAT, lads?
No.
Are we?
I haven't go.
You have him a GOAT?
I haven't
No
go.
way.
I
love
go.
that.
I haven't
Do you
go.
actually have him a GOAT?
I haven't go.
Oh my God.
I put João Neves as my GOAT signing of the window.
He's like at the
Listen,
top end of
he's
War
been
signing.
he's been.
Do you have him go too?
Has
No.
he been?
Okay, good.
I don't have him in GOAT.
Okay, so
No
ranking
goal. No
PSG players this season, where is he?
He's first.
Okay, so he's
Yeah,
been
that's what I'm saying. He's been the
So
best.
he's been
pretty much.
PSG's best player. He's been arguably Liga's best player this season. He's young. You got him at a good transfer value, and he's gonna be like the floor, like at minimum, your Marco Verratti for the next 10 years.
Don't make
But I think the guy I have at GOAT, what he's shown and his also upside that he can provide is
That as well.
is high.
And at this point, I know who you're talking about,
okay.
which fair.
Oh, a player I once hated.
Yes. Which this is very ironic that you're
Why?
putting him in GOAT.
Anyway,
Oh.
we'll get when we get to it.
Oh. No, João Neves. I mean, I would have put him GOAT too, but I thought I was being a little bit.
No, genuinely.
Hey, we can.
It's
put,
not even the
No,
Benfica
no,
stuff.
no,
It's not
no.
even the
If my
Benfica
GOAT.
stuff
If you guys
coming
don't
through.
agree with my GOAT, or like if we have the same GOAT and
You
he
can
doesn't
always-
agree
you
with
can
it,
always- you
and
can
he's
always
like
change.
lower
You
by,
can always
by a
change.
lot,
Sure,
You
then
can always
you can
change.
go.
then
Yeah.
we can bring him
You
up.
can change.
Oh my God.
You can
There's
always
no way we
change.
don't have the same. There's
You
one
can change. You can change.
There's no way we don't have the same GOAT. Like
Yeah,
there's no
no,
way.
you guys have the same.
But
GOAT.
he's been our best player by far this
Yeah.
season. The only bright spot in this team.
and he's a cutie.
Not the only bright spot, but he's
He wears his shirt tucked in.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? He has aura to him.
No,
He has
totally.
aura.
Yeah. I just love those players, the low center of gravity players that can
Yeah.
just dish out passes left, right, center. That's what I love, and I love him. Anyways,
Damn, I was really expecting you to put him GOAT.
Michael Olise is next.
Yeah,
Goat.
and that's your GOAT.
That's my GOAT.
That's your GOAT?
Yeah. That's my GOAT.
What?
What?
That's your
Is it-
GOAT?
No, you're lying.
I swear to God, that's
Is-
my war. He's war signing for me.
You don't have him GOAT?
I do not have him.
Who's
Mbappe
your,
at
who's
GOAT.
your, who's your
Yeah, but
GOAT?
You'll see, man.
Mbappe at GOAT,
You'll
bro. Are
see,
you for
man.
No,
What are you talking-
brother,
Where do you have him?
brother?
Where do you have him?
Who? Where? Who?
Olise.
I have him at signing.
Oh fuck! Wait, wait. This is not good
Oh no.
because there's another
also,
player in
everything
here.
is wrong. His name is Miguel. Let's relax. But
We're so downgrading
No, but-
Mazraoui later.
honestly, Miguel.
No,
Oh, we're so
absolutely-
downgrading
absolutely
Mazraoui
not.
later. It's
No,
crazy.
Also,
Absolutely not.
Miguel Elise though, again, if you told me a year ago that Miguel would go on to Bayern,
Okay, can you please?
Just call Michael.
if Elise was gonna go, if Elise was gonna go to Bayern, I would have been like, you know what? Maybe they should have taken
What are you
Eze.
fucking smoking?
No, listen. I would have been like, maybe they should have taken Eze. They were very close in their abilities and in their form and what they could offer to a team. But Alicia has shown that he is like a game breaker type of player. He's shown that on the biggest stage with one of the biggest teams in the world that he can not only be a player but be like a staple on that right side, a staple in their attack, and one of the best teams in the world.
It's hard for me to put him in GOAT because I see more production in other players on this list. There's two players that I really debated the GOAT, and we haven't
Really?
named him yet. I think War signing is a great spot for him.
Olise has 10 goal contributions in 16 matches in the Bundesliga.
And
For a winger,
Is Xerxes your GOAT?
oh fuck,
I fuck.
like
like you don't hate the goat show for Elise, do you?
I don't. I was considering. He's very high on my word
And
signing.
he's very good.
But just in terms of like overall package, I thought João Neves was that.
That's fair. That's fair. So we can put him more signing. I
So
guess.
aggregate, we're putting him at War signing,
And we're putting João
And
Neves
we're-
as GOAT.
and we're full right now on War signing.
Okay.
We're not putting João Neves GOAT just yet.
Where the fuck is Mbappe going? Oh my god, this is
Oh,
weird.
dude, this is bad.
The next player is Ricardo Calafiore. Let's bring it down a bit.
Yeah, we also have to we have to speed up just a tad.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I don't know where to put him, guys.
I put him.
He moved from disaster class to we not. He's not disaster class.
Oh my god, why did I put him so high? I put him at good transfer.
I did too.
I put him in We Not Here.
He's just been very injury prone, but there's a good player in there. 100%.
There is a good player in there.
He's the best signing we made this summer.
Yes,
I
it
agree.
And
does
we
not
did
say
need a left
much.
back.
I
We actually
agree.
did need a left back.
It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just the injury proneness,
Yeah,
but he's
that's
shown
what it
things that
Mhm.
that I would put him in good
Yeah.
transfer for.
Okay, do we
Yeah.
have room in good transfer?
We do have room.
Okay,
in good
let's
transfer.
put him in good
Yeah.
transfer.
I
Let's
agree.
Put Ricardo Calafiore.
I
in
need
good
I need
transfer.
room and
Yeah.
We Not Here for this one, man.
What spots do we have left quickly?
So we have one in good transfer,
Mhm.
one in We Not Here, one in disaster class, and one in GOAT.
Okay, one in good transfer.
That's
So War signing
Neves' spot. That's Neves' spot.
Yeah, water signing is full.
What the fuck,
It's all filled up. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have to move shit around.
Yeah, we will.
bro?
All right. Next up, lads.
Uh-huh.
Kylian Mbappe.
He's in War signing.
He's my GOAT.
I put him We Not Here.
Yeah, you're crazy. Nah, you're crazy. Nah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I put him in We Not
He's
Here.
gonna say the price tag, and then he's gonna turn around and tell me that, oh, but 70 million for Julian Alvarez was great.
The price tag was 0.
Okay, Mbappe can still be great, but has the last 4 months gone to expectations for Mbappe and Real Madrid? No.
So-
strictly basing off of the last 6 months, it has not gone to plan.
So
there's
signing-
been drama, there's been losses, there has not been production to the expectations of being the best player in the world. He has been outperformed this season by a 17-year-old Lamine Yamal.
So signing the best player.
But you have
So
to
signing
consider
the best-
Let
expectation.
him talk.
So signing the best player in the world on a free to the best team in the world
Lad,
is a We Not Here.
Just because he didn't pay a
won
transfer
Real
fee,
Madrid a
he
trophy in the
paid-
first game he's ever played for them. And just
fucking
because
super god,
just
bro.
because
Oh my God.
against a very good Atalanta who are top 8 in Champions League right now.
Okay, genuinely.
Just because he's putting below par expectations for below par performances for Mbappe, he's still playing very good. I would say he was a free transfer. Sure, the wages are skyrocketed and super high.
He can't be GOAT, though.
He absolutely can be GOAT.
No. I'd rather put John Neves.
lads, okay. You didn't pay a transfer fee. Instead, you gave Mbappe that 150 million euro signing on fee.
That's what I said. I said if you're going to say
This
that.
is
just mentioned
insane.
But then
wages.
you can also say the
That's
same thing about
insane.
Julian Alvarez. So, about money. So, I'm using that.
We're not talking about Julian Alvarez anymore. What
I'm
the
just
fuck?
really salty about
What
it.
the
You
fuck?
need-
Why are you?
Because if you're using the money thing, then I can use it against you too. But anyway.
It's crazy that buying the best or getting the best player in the world on a free.
Anyway,
Don't
is
say
not-
on a free because
I
it
know.
wasn't free.
It
Okay,
was
we-
a free.
It was not free.
Okay, but
The transfer fee
we
was
gotta
free.
hurry up though. So where are we putting him?
We're
Oh my
bumping
God.
up João Neves to GOAT.
Yeah, that's fine. João Neves to go.
And then,
Mbappe
War
to War
signing?
Yeah. I agree with
Oh my
you.
god.
Are you serious right now, Julian? Are you
Good
are you
transfer,
trolling?
sure.
Are you trolling?
But based off of
Are you
the last couple of months, it has not been.
He's trolling. He's trolling. This is rage bait at its
It
finest.
is. It is rage bait.
This is
He does
rage
that a
bait.
lot.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like it has not been up to the expectation.
It's not been to Mbappe expectations. Fuck, he's still playing like one of the best players in the world.
You have to consider expectations.
Oh my god.
Okay, just move on.
Next up, this is the other guy I was considering at GOAT, and he's gonna sneak in War signing here. We're gonna make space for him. It's Dani Olmo.
I had him in good transfer,
I had him War signing.
but he has been very good.
He's been one of the bright spots for Barcelona. There's many bright spots in Barcelona, but in that midfield, he is the player that they needed. They needed a creative 10 that can link up the play, and Dani Olmo is that guy. The only reason I didn't put him in GOAT ultimately is because they might not have him in a month.
Well, no, they
They got that figured
Okay,
out.
well then he's in conversations for GOAT.
yeah, he's been very his ability to just control him.
What's the thing? If we're putting him GOAT, we gotta move
Masraoui.
João Neves down,
No,
and then
we
we
don't.
gotta move.
Go.
We're not.
No, we're not. GOAT is sealed.
João Neves is
GOAT is sealed.
That's
Good,
fine.
good. That's my guy. Good,
Amazing.
good, good, good.
Amazing.
Good.
Honestly, I think good transfer just because of the fiasco. Because if we look at it in terms of like an actual transfer,
Like a sporting Okay.
fully context, I think it
just
can't.
gonna-
I say
I think it
we
can't be
move
total.
Mbappe down
Because
Uh,
Mbappe, Thuram, McTominay,
Mazraoui.
Mazraoui, and Olise and Greenwood, I think are all.
We bought him for 15 million.
Lad, we have
15 million.
there's no way I'm walking out of this studio with Mazraoui as a Wara signing.
Every time
no,
anybody has talked, even the racists, bro, are like, what a signing Mazraoui has been.
I'm agreeing with Julian. So I think Olmo has to go in good transfer.
Good transfer for all. Okay, can we move someone down then? Like, I don't mind moving like McTominay down to good transfer.
Move Greenwood down because who cares?
No, Greenwood's a Wara. Greenwood's Wara signing.
Don't defend him too hard.
Yeah,
man.
just move Greenwood down because actually, if you think about it from a full context, was Greenwood that good of a signing?
You're gonna be a racist and defending a
How am I being racist?
move Greenwood down.
No, I'm okay. If there's
You're moving
if
a
there's
sexual
one person-
offender down. It's okay, bro. It's okay.
I'm not defending a sexual offender. Fuck. I'm defending his footballing abilities. If there's two players moving down,
Just put Greenwood down.
I hate you guys.
This is what Miles told us last week. Like, are you guys sure you want to put Greenwood?
Oh yeah, he was like,
in the list, and we were like,
Put
yeah,
it
we won't
down.
talk
Just
about
put
him
down,
much.
it's fine.
Are
Yeah.
you serious right now?
Yeah. And then there's one more left, right? Oh, there's two more left.
Greenwood's in good transfer because we stand with women. All right.
Well, we just stand with human rights.
That's crazy. All right.
Okay.
That means that leaves us with two players. Oh. Battle of the mid.
Oh boy,
Douglas
this will be quick.
Luiz
Is we not here?
is disaster class. for
No,
me.
because Xerxes
Low-key,
disaster class. Xerxes disaster
on
class.
my
I
list,
have them both in
on my
disaster
list, I have
class,
them
so
both in
it's
disaster
whatever.
class.
I
I think Xerxes has shown a little bit more at Man United than Douglas Luiz has at
He got
Juventus.
To be fair,
got subbed
Douglas
off in the
Luiz
30th
also
minute.
brought Alicia Lehman with him,
Okay, so yeah,
which
he's
is
in
probably
United.
which has garnered them probably like 1 billion impressions on social media.
Okay.
So,
And Xerxes got subbed off in the 30th minute, literally 3 weeks ago.
but he also scored the winning penalty against you guys and waved goodbye. So,
That's insane.
you
That
want-
was just
which was
unnecessary.
which was.
want to
Okay,
star.
I'm sorry.
So does that mean Douglas Luiz is going in and we not here? And,
I think so.
And Xerxes in disaster class. Is that our T list complete?
I think that's
Should we recap?
Quickly, yes.
Yeah. So the best transfer this summer is João Neves. Wara signing McTominay, Mazraoui,
Which is good.
Thuram, Olmo, Mbappe, Olise. Good transfer. Emil Smith Rowe, Jadon Sancho, Matthias de Ligt, Julian Alvarez, Ricardo Calafiori, and Mason Greenwood snubbed. We not here. Ramsdale, Doué, Solanke,
Doing too
Pedro
much.
Neto, Savinho, Douglas Luiz, and disaster class, the worst transfers of the summer. João Felix, Tun Koopmeiners, Endrick, Sterling, Mikel Merino, and Joshua Xerxes.
I love it.
Low-key, we could maybe even switch Endrick and Douglas Luiz.
I like that.
Because
Oh,
we
I
can be
love that,
apologetic. We can be
I love
apologetic to
that.
Endrick.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Sure.
So finally,
Because Douglas Luiz does also deserve disaster class,
Oh,
and
totally.
Endrick is
I
potential.
mean, no,
which
he's not
is-
even starting games for Juventus.
I mean,
Yeah,
I still
exactly.
think Ender is a terrible.
But he
signing.
did bring Alicia Lehman.
It's a
though.
terrible. signing.
Okay. Also, I do want to say, Anto, your idea of the slots
You
Yeah,
like
it was
it?
good.
on the limited spot, that was a great fucking
Yeah,
play by
It's
you.
fucking good.
That was a
I'm
great
glad,
idea.
I'm glad it hit.
At first, I was like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I might have to move Mazraoui down on my list to make room, but
You
we didn't even have to do that,
You
which is
should've.
great.